Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to H Town Talks. This is episode 3. I am your co host, Pablo Rivera. I'm a lifelong Houston sports fan, and I'm here with.
Matthew Rodriguez. I am 17 years old, and I've actually been a Houston fan for about since quarantine. Yep.
Yes, sir. And, we have a few topics to go over today, man. A lot of stuff went down on Twitter the past few days. But, of course, we got to start with the play in tournament that was played yesterday and 2 days ago. So, Matthew, what are your thoughts on the play in?
Oh man. So first off, my predictions that I had actually said, I think last podcast for the play-in and the playoffs has actually been pretty good. Only thing I was really wrong on was Pelicans in San Antonio and Clips and Minnesota. Those are the only things I really missed on. Actually, my playoff prediction was actually really good, except for the West because I got the two things wrong. But these play-ins, I had really only watched the Minnesota game. That was probably a one of the best play-ins I've ever seen.
For sure, man. That was a
Like
great play.
I really thought Carl Anthony Towns was gonna be the reason they really pulled this one off, but it was actually D'Angelo and Anthony Edwards,
Yeah.
and I think even a little bit of Patrick Beverly.
Pat
Like,
Bev, man.
I was telling y'all, he has never missed the playoffs. He's not gonna miss the playoffs
That's
just
true.
because he went to an L team. He's gonna push these rookies, man, or not these rookies, but these second year rooks. Like he's he like this team. I really like the Minnesota team. I really hope they can pull it off against Memphis. But I'm also really stuck in between because I like Memphis and I like the Wolves. Like I'm so stuck. That's the
Yeah.
only one I really seen. So what are your real thoughts on the playing?
Yeah, man. The playing that Clippers and T Wolves game was so good. It had like playoff energy, and I couldn't complain nothing about the game. You know, I really thought too that Cat was gonna drop like 40 points, but this guy fouled out with 9 points, and it was a really horrible performance by Carl Anthony Towns. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
He got bailed out by the rising star Anthony Edwards. He's gonna be a problem in the future, man. And D'Angelo Russell, ice in his veins. He went clutch when the team really needed him, and he hit those shots. And I know Paul George was getting called Pandemic P, but he played really good. He played really good this game. But I think Reggie Jackson really sold the bag in this game. Not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
yeah, but I still, for my playoff predictions, I got the East 100% correct. Like the play-in, I got Brooklyn beating the Cavs and then Atlanta beating the Hornets. But on the West, that game messed up my bracket. Yeah, I'm like 0 for 2 on the Western Conference. But what's how you call this? So we're gonna switch over to the Nets game. I want to switch over to the Nets game real quick. That was like a slap. The Cavs got slapped by the Cavs, man. I mean, the Cavs got
Yeah.
slapped by the Nets, Jesus. And Kevin Durant didn't have the greatest game, but Kyrie Irving went off that
When
game.
he went off,
Kyrie is amazing, man. He's so good.
I didn't watch the game. My bad. But
No, you're
I
good.
didn't watch the game, but I had seen the after view interview and I had seen the highlights.
Mm.
And not only was he going off, like not only was he going off, but it was Ramadan.
Oh yeah,
So he
that's
was
true.
fasting, no water, no food. Like this is insane what he was doing. I think the only last real person to go off like this was Hakeem Olajuwon when he was fasting during Ramadan back in
Yeah.
his days.
That's true. Yeah, Kyrie's special talent, man, and Evan Mobley was getting he was getting kind of flamed on the timeline when the Nets played. I know
Yeah.
Will Bias Houston, he was trolling the Cavs fans, and the Cavs fans were so pressed, man. They were saying, "Where's the Rockets? Where are the Rockets?" Oh yeah, on the couch. Like, man, don't worry, we're gonna be there soon, man. And
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of had it coming. They're slandering Jalen the entire season when he was playing great, even when he was playing bad too. And they're honestly just they had it coming. I'm just gonna be honest. The Mobley slander,
Yeah, the
And
Mobley
yeah,
mob was going crazy, and I remember at the beginning of the year, the only real player going or doing good was Mobley, and
hmm
most of the other rookies were not doing as well. So
for
they were
sure.
going off saying, "Oh, we got the best rookie. He should have went number one. Rockets missed.
Yeah,
Uh, like Detroit missed too. We got the best player in the draft." I'm like, no, you didn't.
exactly, man.
But he is a pretty good player. But he definitely did get exposed for his unexperience for
Yep,
sure.
for sure.
Uh, Jared Allen wasn't playing if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, no, he didn't play that game.
And Sex didn't play either, right?
Yeah, he's. I think he was out since the beginning of the season. I think he tore a meniscus.
Right. So he was playing good without Sexton,
Yep,
and what's his name was out as well. I really think Jared Allen he was an all star for a reason.
big
He
part of
was
that
really
Cavs
carrying the
team, man.
team as well. I think it's because of like his Kawhi energy because he's relaxed.
Yep.
He's not gonna get him as much attention, you know.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, and because Mobley's such an awkward build. He's 7 foot. He can move pretty fast.
Yeah,
He's really good on defense. Like I wouldn't call him a Kevin Durant or anything like that,
for sure.
but he's kind of built like him. You know?
I agree, man.
Yeah. And oh, I also want to talk about this Charlotte game. I didn't watch it, but I saw the score.
Whew.
I saw that score. It was
They got
horrible.
smoked. They got smoked by Atlanta. I kind of saw it coming. I'm not really surprised by it, but I don't doubt Trey Young ever. He's gonna be a problem in the future for sure. He's already proving why he's gonna stay in this league long term. He's not even the tallest guy, but he's scoring like Kevin Durant. Like he's a 7 footer, and Trey Young definitely is a special talent. And the Hornets
Yeah.
offseason is gonna be interesting to watch this year for sure. They need to change it up. 2 years in a row, they make the play and get smoked. So we got to see what happens with the Hornets offseason. Who knows? Maybe they'll trade for Christian Wood, man. And I would,
Oh yeah.
yeah, man.
I would love to see that.
They need a center.
Yeah, and I know that they had put the last year's playing score in their locker room as as a like a morale booster,
Oh man.
not a booster, but like as more motivation. Well, obviously that did not work at all.
Oh
That
my
definitely
god.
probably brought them down. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they had to walk to the arena, right, or
Oh
something
yeah,
like
they
that.
they did. They did. Their bus got
Yeah,
delayed.
yeah, they bust got delayed, so they had to walk.
It's already a
And
bad
oh yeah, I
sign.
wanted to talk about Trey Young real quick.
Let's
He
go,
is
man.
he's definitely going to be a really really good player. I think he's only like 6 foot, 6 foot one, something like that.
hmm
And he does not back down to anyone. He doesn't care how tall you are. Like even though he had like a mediocre team this year, no one was playing good really, but him and I think maybe Collins. But
DeAndre
like
Hunter popped off that game. Shout out to him.
DeAndre Hunter, yes, them two went crazy. I didn't watch them, but
Yep.
I look at the stats. I kind of try to do my research.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he had a 16-point third quarter.
Yes, 16 point third quarter. Like they're both gonna be special, man. Like there's no doubt about it.
I
I
agree.
really like the Hawks last year, and hopefully this year they do good. Like I said, I had them at Atlanta beating them, and
Yep,
I really just hope they make it far this year.
I agree, man. And you know, we could switch it over to the Pelicans Spurs game. There's
Ah
nothing much to
man,
say, but CJ McCollum, he went off that game. He had 25 points
whoa,
by halftime.
whoa, and you forgot about Brandon Ingram.
Oh yeah, that
He had
yeah
that he
yeah
had that crazy dunk.
yeah.
He
That's
had
true.
that
That's true.
crazy dunk.
That's true. That's true. But
Yeah,
this team is gonna be exciting to watch with Zion coming back next year for sure.
yeah, yeah. He should definitely stay off the food, but
Yeah,
no,
that's true.
you can't really, man. When you in Louisiana,
That is true.
kind of
That
tough.
gumbo, man. That gumbo go
Yeah,
hard.
that gumbo, them gumbo boils. And I had the Pelicans losing to San Antonio, so I was actually really wrong. I
Me
really
too.
thought I really thought Dejounte Murray was gonna do something.
Did Dejounte
What
play
it-
last night? I don't think he did. Let me check.
Did he?
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
because yeah, I really thought he was gonna go off, and if he did, I'm sure he played good. Like I saw no stats on him or anything like that.
Ooh, he had 16 points, 5 for 19 from the field. Oof. With
Oh
9
man,
rebound and 5 assists. Yeah, I kind of had a stinker. But I think he was
they
coming
hit
back
him.
from an injury if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, did he take a break after the All Star game?
I think he had a injury if I'm not mistaken.
And if not, oh man, he just had a stinky game.
Yeah, that's you know, if your best player on the 10 seed is not going off, there's not much expectations, you know?
Yeah, hey, but that's not really the only disappointing players and teams. We had some
Right.
other ones this year as well.
Yeah, man, let's hear it. What are your top disappointing teams this season?
Okay, so number one, I for sure got the Lakers.
For sure. For sure.
Um, number two, I got the Blazers.
The Blazers.
Uh, number three, I got the Knicks,
Yep, for sure. I
and
agree.
four, I got Hawks.
Me too, man.
Just because they went to the Eastern Conference last year, right?
Yep, and they were a 9 seed this year.
Yeah, like that's so crazy. That's such a huge jump. So they definitely were one of them. And then at last, I got the Nets.
Yeah,
I really
Nets
did
should have
thought that they
not
were gonna be.
been a 7 seed this year.
Yeah, man, they were almost a 10th seed, I think,
Yeah, I
until like
remember.
these last 5 games.
Yeah, I remember. They were Houston Rockets Twitter were excited because we really thought we are gonna get 2 lottery picks this year.
Yeah, man, we were so close.
But
They were
they're
bad
too
the
good.
whole year.
Yeah, they're too
Yep.
good for a lottery, to be honest.
Yeah. Excuse me.
You're good, bro.
And what about you? What are your most disappointing teams?
I have like basically your same list except the Trailblazers. I'm gonna give them a pass due to injury of Dame, and you know they have a G League roster.
Trades.
I can't even name their like starting lineup except for Anthony Simons, So I'm gonna have the
Yeah.
Lakers, the Knicks, the Nets, and Hawks. The Knicks, I think the Knicks and the Lakers for me were the most disappointing because, I remember the expectations for the Knicks. They were a 4 seed last year, coming off,
Yep.
New York type of energy. The New York Knicks fans are crazy. They had
Yep.
signed Kemba Walker, which I don't know why they got excited for. Kemba Walker's already washed. No offense to him, but he's an aging point guard. He's not even, I think he's like 6 foot, and they got Evan Fournier, which they replaced for Reggie Bullock. Reggie Bullock on the Mavs has been great for them this season. Evan
Yeah,
Fournier's been a
that was
stinker.
such a weird trade. That was such a weird trade.
Yeah, I mean, like Evan Fournier got a bag. He got like a 5 year, $72 million deal, and the what's his name, Reggie Bullock. He didn't even sign that big of a contract with Dallas, and he's been way better. So I definitely think the Knicks have a bad situation with Julius Randle. They also extended him to a 5 year, $117 million contract. I don't think that's gonna work out for them. I honestly think Julius Randle is not that great of a player. I don't think he's for sure an all-star caliber, but will he be your first option on a championship team? RJ Barrett is on the come up. What are they gonna do with Julius Randle? And the Lakers, they have been the worst disappointment on the team, like the whole NBA. Lakers have been most disappointing for sure. You have LeBron James, arguably the GOAT, with Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis kind of took a step down. He had lots of injuries. It's like every time I watch the Lakers game, this guy would go down with an injury. Russell Westbrook as well. I didn't think he was going to regress this bad, man. I know people are blaming the
Yep.
system, but he has to take, if he wants to be a great player, he should know that he's not going to be the first option on this team. He should have adapted and play his role, just like how Carmelo Anthony did with the Trailblazers. I
Yep.
think Russell Westbrook took a massive step down. His trade value took a massive step down, and I don't know what they're gonna do with him.
Yeah, he's become one of the most overpaid players in the league for sure.
For sure.
I think that MVP season it was almost deserved for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah,
still overpaid.
for
But
sure.
this year it's such a crazy thing because it's number 1 Westbrook, number 2 John Wall, and I think 3 Steph Curry.
Yeah,
For
Steph Curry's
sure, I
deserved.
think John Wall's his contract was just for to stay. He
Yeah,
was definitely not playing or anything. It was just so he could stay when he came back.
for sure.
Steph Curry, we know why he's almost the most expensive.
Yeah,
And Anthony Davis. I want to talk about Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis has definitely been the most. I think one of the worst things for the team. Definitely.
Yeah.
Um, he definitely should not have had this many injuries at 29 years old. Like you are too old to be getting injured like this. Like, he's still not up there with the rest of the old heads yet.
Yep.
But man, like I could not watch a Lakers game and not be scared every time this dude jumped.
Yeah.
Like, every time he jumped, I was like kind of closing my eyes, expecting him to go down. Not that I was hoping it, but that's what it seemed like every time. Like
I agree, man.
it,
100%.
like, and also if you notice that they actually had a lot of Rockets players this year, a lot of previous,
Yeah, they did. They really did.
yeah, like Carmelo Anthony, Dwight Howard,
Trevor Ariza,
Mason Jones, yeah, Avery Bradley. Like,
DJ
that's a lot
Augustin
of,
too.
yeah, DJ Augustine as well. There are a lot of Rockets players, which is kind of funny.
That is, they got all the old heads from the Rockets, man.
Yeah, and then LeBron, he definitely was putting up MVP caliber season for sure.
Yeah, man.
Like it was
30
definitely
points
the
per
team.
game at 38, I think. How old is LeBron? 37? Something like that.
Yeah, he's 37. He's gonna be 38 in December.
It's, wow.
He's too old to be having to carrying a team like this.
Exactly.
Like when he was in Miami and in Cleveland, that was a different story. He was a monster back then.
Hmm.
But he's still human, you know. Like even though he has a good health team. You know he's a strong dude. He stays in shape.
Yep.
He can't keep working like this forever. I just really hope this year didn't affect him physically too much. I obviously think it did, but I hope it doesn't because I do want to see him not fail.
Yeah, I
I'd rather
agree.
him go down in the playoffs and not make the playoffs.
Exactly. I think, at this point, I think it should have been Anthony Davis carrying the load for LeBron. LeBron is, he's carrying this team full of bums at this point. I mean, what you're not gonna make a championship run with Austin Reeves and Talon Horn Tucker. I'm sorry to say it, and an injury-prone Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis only played 40 games, and I don't know what he needs to do. Wear some high tops or something, man. Like, I don't want to see him go down with an injury, just like how DeMarcus Cousins did. DeMarcus Cousins was an amazing player before his injury, and then
Yeah,
he took that fall, his Achilles, and now his ACL. It was really sad to see. He was one of my favorite players. Also, Isaiah Thomas, he didn't take care of himself. One of my favorite players of all time. With the Boston Celtics, that hip injury really ruined his career, if I'm going to be honest. He was an MVP candidate. People forget. He was an MVP candidate when he was in Boston. He led them to the first seed. Dropped 51 in the playoffs when his sister died in a car accident. That's like, he's an MVP candidate, one of my favorite players of all time. But that he didn't take care of his hip, and that's where he messed up. If I'm gonna be honest, uh,
yeah,
and it's really sad to see players go down, great players go down with injuries, because you know how great they play, but one false, one bad like fall, and that could be their career, and they won't play the same. So these players got to take care of themselves, or
yeah,
you know,
yeah. And again, looking back at the Knicks, they had one of the most uh amazing amazing players on their teams. Like they had Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose was an MVP player. He
yep,
was going to be an MVP, but he had multiple injuries that really ruined his career.
yeah,
Like they definitely should have lessened the workload on him for sure. Um, it's really sad to see it because he really could have been a really great player. And I
for
think
sure,
this, sadly, as much as I don't want it to be, but this is going to be the same direction that Anthony Davis could be heading. So
exactly,
let's not forget that in 2020 he was an MVP candidate.
yep.
Now I don't even know if he's top 10 best in the league no more.
I remember they're comparing him to Giannis. They were saying he was better than Giannis, and
Yeah,
he's not even in that conversation anymore. So I think Anthony Davis needs to go with LeBron James' health team, and they need to work together, because obviously what LeBron is doing is working. He's 37 years old and still healthy. That's insane. That he glitched into the Matrix or something, and he's playing better when he's older. That's insane.
Yeah, and I want to say I think he's only played. Let me see. He's only played 40 games this year.
Oh wow,
He missed almost half the season.
that's really bad, man.
Half the season, he scored 9 rebounds and 3 assists. He is an 8-time All Star, 3-time block champ, and was a 2020 NBA champ. Like this is ridiculous, man. Like, and I'm speaking of ridiculous. I think Westbrook, right?
Hmm.
Westbrook definitely does not belong on this team. I don't know what LeBron was thinking when the management was thinking about this. I don't know why he thought Westbrook would have been a better idea than DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah,
Um, Definitely Westbrook needs to be traded this offseason. As sad as it says, like as it seems, he definitely needs to be gone.
for sure. What do you think some Westbrook trades could be this offseason? I know a lot of Laker fans are looking forward to Westbrook getting traded. They need a
Yep.
change this season. They need this team clearly was not going to cut it for the future. And what are some Russell Westbrook trades you think that the Lakers can pull this offseason? Is anyone even interested in Russell Westbrook? This is some like serious questions for this Laker future.
Yeah, I definitely think. I definitely think that since he is aging, um, I've been hearing some rumors on the Charlotte Hornets,
Mm,
but I do not think that would work.
that would, oh man, why would the Hornets do that? That's horrible for
Yeah,
them
and
right
I've
now.
also heard the Knicks. I don't remember where I heard it. It was on Twitter for sure. I heard the Knicks, which I also think would be a horrible idea.
Yeah,
They already have one overpaid player in Julius Randle. He does not need any more money, or
yeah,
that team does not need to be spending any more money like that.
I agree.
I really try to narrow it down, and I can really only think of maybe the Pacers.
I heard, yeah,
I
I
really,
actually heard a trade about that. The Pacers.
yeah, I think the Pacers, my bad,
Yeah,
would be the best place. Um, well, there's not really any ball dominant players in the Pacers, and they're a rebuilding. Well, I'd like to say they're a rebuilding team after
they
this
def,
season.
yeah, they for
I'm not
sure are.
sure what they're doing. I'm not sure what they're doing at all. Um, I just hope that maybe the Pacers make this trade. It can definitely either go one or two ways, either really good or really bad. It can be another Wizards,
Yeah,
or it can be the Lakers. I guess
yeah,
they don't got a lot of old heads, but they don't really got a lot of players.
for sure. I
I know they got
uh
Buddy Hield and Malcolm Brogdon, but that's really all I can think of.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna go for. Like I heard the Pacers were gonna trade Brogdon and Buddy Hield, and the Lakers were gonna trade Russell Westbrook and two first round picks for him. If the Lakers can get that, do it. I mean, you get Malcolm Brogdon, who's better than Westbrook this season. Buddy Hield, who they wanted to get before Westbrook, but they ended up pulling the Westbrook trade. And now you have to sacrifice two first round picks. I mean, is that worth it for the Lakers' future in 2026 and 2027? I don't. That's really tough situation. Maybe you could trade him. This is my Rockets bias coming out, but for John Wall, I mean, John Wall played better than Westbrook. I mean, last season, in my opinion.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
if Rafael Stone can pull a first round pick for a player that didn't even play this entire season, this guy is one of the best masterminds in basketball. Honestly, like if you can finesse a first round pick for Russell Westbrook for John Wall, that would be insane. I will be so happy. But the best option for the Lakers, in my opinion, I don't even think they should trade Russ. If I'm gonna be honest, I mean, just one more year and you could keep those first round picks. You don't have to. I know LeBron is probably pressuring the front office to make a move, but for
The GM.
let GM, yeah, exactly. Like, but at the end of the day, you can't let one player run your organization. I know it's LeBron James, one of the best players of all time, but you got to think about your future of this team. You know, a 2026 and a 2027 first round pick for the Lakers, they have no future right now. They traded their whole future for Anthony Davis, and I think they should wait Just let Russell, what, even buy him out, maybe even buy him out. Honestly, we got to see what happens. That is gonna be a very interesting offseason, for sure, for the Lakers.
Yeah, like the Nets. It's different for the Nets because the Nets are at a win now mode. They have
Hmm.
Kyrie Irving, the best, probably the best, almost the best point guard in the league,
Yep.
and they have Kevin Durant. That's one of the best players of all time as well.
Yep.
Uh, like you have, so the Lakers have Carmelo Anthony, Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis, LeBron James. I would even throw in Wayne Ellington in there. That's that seems like a team that would make it to the playoffs. I at least think a seventh seed, but they didn't even like get close. Not even make the play in.
That's
Um,
wow. That's really insane, man. That they did not.
yeah,
I really thought
yeah,
this team was gonna make the play-in. At least the play-in.
yeah. This team actually has no future, and like I said, it was different for the Nets because the Nets are at a win now. They can definitely win now if they go hard enough.
Yeah, I agree. The good thing about the Nets, though, I know people are really hating on Ben Simmons, but he's young. The
Yeah,
Nets got a young player for James Harden. The Nets still, I mean, they traded their whole future for, I mean, for to the Rockets. They traded 7 first round picks to the Rockets, and this is gonna be a very interesting. I agree. The Nets are in a different situation. I think a better situation than the Lakers. They got a way better roster than the Lakers.
yeah,
Once Ben Simmons comes back, I think this team is going to be really good defensively too, and that's what they're missing from this team: defense and rebounding. And the Lakers, they have LeBron James and Anthony Davis, who we don't even know who's going to play a full season. We don't know how his health is going to be next season. Russell Westbrook, like, is he gonna take like a step back? Is he still gonna be hard headed? Is he still gonna want to be the number one option on the Los Angeles Lakers? Is he going to adapt to his role? We don't know. Honestly, I think the Nets are in a way better situation even when they traded 7 first round picks to the Houston Rockets.
yeah, yeah. I definitely agree. Definitely agree for sure. But there is another Simmons I want to talk about.
Oh, no, man.
Yes,
Not this old man.
we gotta bring it up. We gotta bring up this 56-year-old man bullying a 20-year-old.
God, this guy's a clown.
This guy is a clown. So, I want to. I wish there was a way we could bring up the audio, but he basically said "F Jalen Green," right?
Yep.
So he responded after the hate. I think the last 2 days, he said, "This is ridiculous. I think we were laughing during 80% of this. My point was, I'm always leaning toward a rookie like Herb Jones, who was meaningfully contributing to a decent team, over putting someone putting up stats on a bad team. Jalen is going to be excellent. But congrats on getting your traffic, Houston Chronicle. Keep churning out those subs."
Ridiculous.
Yeah, ridiculous, man.
NBA media
So
members should
yeah,
not be saying that.
yeah. He has a vote in the rookie race, man.
Yeah.
Like this, if there's such this seems like a bias, to be honest. I don't know how or in what way, but this seems like a bias.
I agree. It seems like everyone's just hating this on this 20-year-old kid, man.
Yeah,
They're all jumping on him for no reason. It's like there's one rookie that everyone wants to be a bust every season. I mean, last year was Anthony Edwards, and this year's Jalen Green. I mean, this 52-year-old man says he likes winning players. So if that's his situation, if that's he likes players on a winning team, that was his quote right there. So his all rookie first team should be Scotty, Mobley, Barnes, Jones, and Kuminga.
exactly.
It makes no logical sense that this guy is getting excited for a 9 seed. This guy Herb, no offense to Herb Jones, he's a great defensive player, but he's on a bench on the 9 seed. Does a 9 seed make you excited? Bill is 52 years old, hitting on a 20-year-old kid who's putting up 17 points per game. He's having a great rookie year. He finished his rookie year campaign strong. And this guy is hating on him because he dropped 41 points. He said, I don't care that Jalen Green dropped 41 points. Who, Jalen Green's the only rookie this season to drop 40 points. I mean, it's ridiculous that this guy is getting an NBA vote. I think he should get it. He should not be able to vote for any of the rookies. He should get his vote withdrawn or like vetoed or whatever. This guy does. 52-year-old man should not like, bro, you need to start a family or something. Like, what are you doing? I don't understand. I don't understand where this guy, why does he have media attention? Why does he get a vote? If this is what he thinks, imagine what other rookies he's gonna do this to. Like,
Yeah,
screw him over a first team All NBA just because a 52-year-old man is biased. I mean,
yeah.
this
What
guy
if?
has,
Yeah, what if?
yeah,
Yeah, what if next season he starts complaining about a Banchero because of his sweating issue?
yeah,
Like this guy can't be on a score good because of his sweating issues or something dumb like that. Oh, and let's not forget that he has been hating on the Rockets for almost 8 years,
yeah,
as long as James Harden has been on this team. So this is not like the first time we've
yeah,
ever seen
yeah.
Bill
It's
Simmons
nothing
before.
new. It's nothing new.
This has been a constant thing. He's always hated, not hated, but he's always had a bias against Houston. Houston in general, by
Yeah,
the way.
he's weird, bro. I don't understand this man, bro. Like, this guy does not deserve an NBA vote, in my opinion. No, in my opinion, NBA voters should be professional. How do you say this
Yeah.
on a podcast with, I imagine, thousands of people are listening to him? I don't understand. And I know people are saying Herb Jones, the Herb Jones hype train is real right now. But if I'm gonna keep it honest, how does a player that averages 9.5 points, 2 assists, yes, his defensive stats were great, but he's not the number one option on his team. The number one option on his team is Zion, Ingram, and McCollum. Those are three All-Star caliber
Yeah.
players. He's not even a starter on this Pelicans team. But Jalen Green, he's the number one, and at worst the number two option on this rebuilding Houston Rockets team. By the way, this team last year won. Do you know how many games the Rockets won last year?
How many?
They won 17 games. That's almost as, like, we won three more games. I mean, do you expect this 20-year-old kid to turn this franchise around with? I'm gonna be honest. We're the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
We're still young, rebuilding, right? But we're the worst team in the league. How is Jalen Green expected to take this garbage team to the play-in or the playoffs? I don't understand.
Yeah. And it's not. Let's not forget that rebuilds have not always been fast like the Grizzlies.
Hmm.
It's always been a long process. Like look at the Sixers. Look at I was gonna
Minnesota.
say look at the Kings, but they're still actually still in it.
Oh man, Minnesota.
Um, yeah, exactly. Like they're getting out. The Sixers have been out. The Grizzlies are out, and
Even
and
Phoenix too.
yeah, exactly. Like they were kind of trash for a few years. Like this isn't gonna be like a fast switch, you know?
Exactly. We still have horrible contracts in John Wall and Eric Gordon. We need to get rid of those contracts. And Christian Wood, no offense to him, but he was taking away, playing like shots away from Jalen and KPJ. Does do you expect the team with Jay Tate, Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr., Sengun, and Wood as your starters to make a play-in tournament against Phoenix, against Memphis, Golden State? Even the Lakers were better than us. How do you expect
Yeah.
this kid to take over the franchise in a switch? I don't understand his logic. How and when does winning matter in a rookie race? Rookies go to a garbage team to rebuild the round, right? So when does
Yeah.
winning matter in an all rookie debate? That makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Exactly, man. Like this dude, Bill Simmons, is not a professional. I don't know
I agree.
who hired him, man. I don't know. This definitely sounds like we're complaining, but he's done this for years, years and years.
I
Just
agree.
always he's like someone said on Twitter. They said that he had a bias against shooting guards in Houston.
Yeah,
That has to be the case. Maybe he just doesn't like shooting guards. That just might be the thing.
I think he has a vendetta against Houston shooting guards, man. I don't know. And if
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm gonna add one more thing. Why doesn't he keep the same energy for Cade and what's in it Wagner? Why doesn't he keep like Cade and Wagner were on
That's what I'm saying,
like
man.
garbage teams too? Why don't they get uh complained about? I mean, like that's insane, man. I don't understand.
Yeah, Cade Cunningham was the the first in the draft. Like he's number one. The Detroit thought he was better than Jalen,
Hmm.
so they went after him. Detroit could have went after anyone in the draft. They could have picked Evan Mobley, Jalen Suggs if they wanted to, but they chose Cade Cunningham, and I think they only won two more games than us. I
Yeah,
think. I
I
think it
think
was
so.
two more games, and that's not a big leap.
And he's not saying anything about them. He's not saying anything about Cade, nothing about Wagner, which they
Yeah.
put great stats, right? But they're oh, guess what? They're on a losing team, so their stats don't matter. Like, how does that make any sense for a rookie? This is their first season of their entire career. They had to play against. They went against college kids to against LeBron James and grown men. That's
Yeah.
not something you're gonna adapt to overnight. You have, I mean, some players are great, like you said. Shaquille O'Neal led his team to the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
But he's a Hall of Famer. He's a generational talent. These kids, they still have the potential. They are generational talents, but they need to grow into their form. They need to know how to adjust to the NBA, and that's what I don't get about this guy. How do you? When does winning? Man, that's so annoying. That it really makes my
This
it
yeah,
makes my
this
blood
is
boil, man.
this is the same thing for the MVP race.
Yeah.
When has winning mattered?
Well,
When I think 2019 when James Harden was going off. He was going off that year, man. He was number 1 in a lot of stats.
yeah,
They didn't give him the MVP because of his seed cuz he was number 5. The Rockets were number 5 in the standings. That doesn't make sense. Like at all. When
yeah.
when has winning mattered?
The history of the NBA, there's like a rule that said like if you're a top three seed that you'll probably get the MVP. But I mean, when Russell Westbrook got the MVP against James Harden, he had to get it because he averaged a triple double. He was the first player since Oscar Robertson to average a triple double. But he was a six seed, and James Harden, I think if I'm not mistaken, he was a top four seed. I don't remember that season that much, but like that he has a vote for MVP too, if I'm not mistaken. So
Oh man, I
he has
hope
a
not.
vote. He has a vote. I think he said he's gonna vote for Jokic, which I mean, if he likes winning players, he should vote for Embiid. Am I wrong? Like, eh,
Yeah, you're right. You're
I
right.
I don't understand his logic, man.
Or Steph Curry, or Chris Paul if he loves him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm tired of talking about this guy, man.
Yeah, never bringing up his name.
Yeah, unless he obviously says something else, which
Yeah,
I'm sure he's done for now.
he probably will say something else. He say something
Yeah, unless
stupid.
he's trying to say something about the draft when whoever we draft, like, oh wow, the Rockets picked Chet Holmgren. They should have picked Paolo. They're such idiots. Something stupid like that. They're
Yeah,
gonna call Chet a bust too as well.
when he says something stupid, we'll come back on this podcast. And when Jalen
Yeah,
Green
for
drops
sure.
60 points or something crazy, we're gonna go back to that tweet and we're gonna clown him. This is a tweet. What he said is gonna come back and bite him. I promise you. Jalen Green's gonna be special, and he's gonna prove this guy wrong. And let's get away from this topic. You know,
Yeah.
well, let's talk
Yes.
about Herb Jones and the Jalen Green debate. Uh, People are saying Herb Jones should get all rookie first team. Jalen Green should be second, which I'm gonna keep it honest. How is that even possible? How is that going through your mind? I don't understand. Jalen Green had, I think he had the most points scored by a rookie this entire season.
Yeah.
Yes, he's on a losing team, but what do you expect? It was the Houston Rockets who just traded their franchise shooting guard in James Harden, and they had no one. We're hyping up Mason Jones to be the next James Harden.
Oh
That's
my
how down
God.
bad they
Yeah.
were. So this 19-year-old kid out of Fresno, California, Jalen Green comes in, and yes, he struggles, but he gives the city of Houston hope. We have hope that he's gonna be the next superstar in Houston, and we see the light at the end of the tunnel. But what
Yeah.
has Herb Jones, done that Jalen Green hasn't? Yes, his defense is great, but is his scoring ability as good as Jalen Green? And what do you think?
Yeah, I definitely agree. Herbert Jones is not. He is not a all rookie first. I would. He is definitely a second team or an honorable mention.
Yep.
Like he is a great defensive player. I'm sure he's a great guy, but the media has really hyped him up, or not media, but I would say Bill Simmons has really hyped him up
Yeah.
to be this
Kawhi Leonard. They think
this
he's gonna be Kawhi Leonard.
yeah, yeah, like he's gonna be a Kawhi Leonard. Like yeah, sure, he is a PER of 1235, but again, that's not that defense does help, right? But scoring is what's more important. Look at Steph Curry. Look at even James Harden. They do not play as much defense as they need to, but like again, Steph Curry has won multiple championships with or without Durant.
Hmm.
He still he has not played the best defense, but he still went off. He scored. When someone was playing defense well on him, he found ways to outmaneuver them, duck and dive, go for a layup, step backs, all that.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Herbert Jones, he could be a good player. Maybe he could, you know, start scoring more. Like evolve a little bit. Uh, maybe even start assisting, like something else
Hmm.
that would like make me think that he would be even close to be on the first team. I definitely think that we need to. You have your list right
Yep.
over who you think would be the first team.
Yeah. Before
Okay.
that, I want to
Huh.
just say something. If people think defense matters, right, in the NBA. But
Right.
if it's so important, then the MVP should be Rudy Gobert. Am I wrong? I mean,
You're
if
right.
if no
If
hate
defense,
to
hold on.
yeah,
If
huh?
defense matters, Patrick Beverly is the best, one of the best players in the league.
Exactly, and he's not, but his
He's top
defense is
five.
there.
He's top five if defense is more important.
Exactly, the the NBA media does not understand superstars from. I mean, I'm not trying to take shots at Herbert Jones. He's gonna be a great player, but he's not gonna be a superstar like Jalen Green. Herb Jones. If he was on the Houston Rockets, will the Houston Rockets win more than 20 games? Will they win less? I think he wouldn't even get the attention he's getting right now. Honestly,
Right. You're right for sure. He definitely take a backseat.
yeah, man. I mean, he's no offense to him, but he's not going to be a superstar. He's not going to be a 20 points per game scorer like Jalen Green proved he already has. Jalen Green has 5 straight 30 balls, which is ties Allen Iverson, a Hall of
Right.
Famer, and he's in the same contentions as Hakeem Olajuwon for most 30-point games as a rookie in Houston Rockets franchise history. He
Yeah.
broke the 3-point made three most 3 points made by a rookie in the Houston Rockets franchise. He's number one at that list. So if Herb Jones is not even in the same, I don't even think he's in the same range as Jalen Green. He's not even better than. I don't even think he's gonna be better than Wagner or Mobley or Scotty or Cade. The top five of this draft are the future of this team. Maybe Wagner not, but Cade, Scotty, Mobley, and Jalen are generational talents, and they're gonna be superstars in the making. Um, but I mean, if you want anything else to add on to, we can move on to our all rookie and first team and second team.
Um. No, I think if I have anything else to say, we can say it whenever we bring him up.
All right, sounds good. So, all right, man, I want to hear your first team all rookie team, your all first rookie team, and your all second team rookie.
Okay. So number one, I obviously got Scotty as the rookie of the year. So I got him one.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got Cade two, Mobley three. I got Jalen four,
Yep.
and I got Franz five.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
my first team.
I got the exact same thing as you, man. I
Anything?
yeah.
Alright, cool. And then let me say my second team.
Okay.
My second team was definitely I had Duarte. I had Shangun.
Sangoon, I like that. I
Um,
like that.
I think there's a little bias for sure. Um, I had Giddy.
Okay.
No, I want to replace it. I wrote it down. But I want to replace Giddy with Jones, and
Jones.
then I want to put Giddy.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then I do want to switch one more person because I don't think that was five. One, two, three, four. That was four. I want to add Bones. I want to
Bones.
add Bones in there
Yeah, Bones
for
Highland
sure.
for sure. Yeah, my second team is different from yours. I mean, I got Giddy, I got Ayo Dasumu, uh, Bones Highland, Kuminga, and Herbert Jones. Like, this is not a Herbert Jones hate podcast. We met him;
Yeah.
he's a great guy, but come on, it's ridiculous saying he's gonna be better than Jalen Green. Come on, that's
Right. Right.
no. I would
And
love
I
to
want to
have him on
say,
the
yeah,
Rockets, man. I would love to have him like on the bench or as a defensive player in the Rockets. No, no
yeah,
hate
we
towards him,
definitely need that. We definitely need defense.
for sure.
I want to say my honorable mentions.
Okay,
I have Io and Suggs, Jalen Suggs.
Suggs. Huh.
Yeah, those are my two.
Yeah, my honorable mentions are the Sen Goat himself, Alperen Şengün.
Yep.
I got Davion Mitchell and Chris Duarte for honorable mentions. I think they
The
won't.
war.
I don't think Duarte will make it because he had a very strong start to the season, but he's been kind of mid ever since. So I mean, I'll give him
Yeah.
an honorable mention. Davion Mitchell's been going great as of late, but I think it's too late for him to make a second team. And Shengun, he's been very consistent. I mean, I don't think he's gonna make it over any of the second team rookies, but I love the
Yeah,
guy,
for
and he
sure.
has lots of room to improve
He loves Houston and we love him.
for sure.
Like, yeah, I was a little biased with the Shengun, but
Hey
you
man, no
know,
shame in that. No shame in that.
Rockets fan. Yeah, like Giddy definitely is not a scorer for sure.
Hmm.
He is an assist man. I would say he mostly focuses on assists for sure. And I don't see anything wrong with it. I would like for him to score more, but his game is really good. Like,
Yep.
he's definitely the best passer in the draft, right after Shengun, of course.
Yep.
But definitely, I really like his game. Only problem is that he's on the Thunder.
I don't know where that thunder. Yo, you want to get into the Thunder real quick before we?
Man, yeah, yeah. I want to
Yeah,
get into the Thunder real
that.
quick.
Yeah, that team. I don't know what their direction is, man. I thought they did a shameless tank for the past like 2 weeks. They're not even the worst record on the team. I mean, on the league. Who are
Yeah,
who are they gonna pick in this draft is gonna be very interesting. I think they need a big man. Are they gonna get a top five pick? I don't think so. I think they're most likely gonna pick at the 6 to 8 range. OKC. I know they have a lot of future first round picks, but how is this team gonna look like in the next 5 years? Are they gonna have rookies? Are they gonna try to trade those first round picks for a superstar? It's gonna be very interesting to see. I think Shea and Giddy are for sure gonna stay there for the long run. Uh, but
for sure,
in this
for
draft,
sure.
I'm gonna say who I think they should pick. I think they should pick if they fall out of the top four, top three. I think they should pick Jalen Duren. He's getting compared to Dwight Howard. I see the comparison in that. I mean, he's a 6'10" center. He's kind of built like Dwight Howard. I think that would be perfect. They need a big man. I don't think
Mhm.
they should go for a guard or small forward. They need a big man, in my opinion. How about you, man? What do you think?
Definitely, man. I'm looking at their last game versus the Clippers. This definitely was very shameful. It was 88 to 138.
Oh my
Their
god.
lineup, I've never heard of these guys in my life except for Krejci because he was in. I just got him as a card in 2K.
Oh really?
Oh, yeah, it's Gallet Zakis, Horde, Roby Simpson, Krejci, and Frazier.
Yeah, I have
Like,
no idea.
bro,
Maybe Earl Simmons. I think I've heard of him, but other guys I have no idea who.
yeah,
10,
Xavier
10-day
Simmons,
contracts, man.
Simpson.
Jeez, wow, that's
Yeah, like this man, like they definitely have a future with all these first round picks and just picks in general. But I don't know. This is very weird. What they were doing. Definitely don't condone that.
yeah, no,
Um,
shameful thinking, man.
yeah, for sure. Just definitely just be bad like the Rockets. Do it well.
Yeah, and we stayed
Yeah,
competitive through most of the games too,
yeah. We just definitely fall off after the second half.
for sure.
But you know, it's like I wouldn't like to compare them to the Trailblazers, but that's kind of what it is.
Yeah, I
In
agree.
the Trailblazers, they have a reason to be bad. They traded away uh their players, and Damian Lillard is injured,
Mhm.
and their only real like main good player I can even think of is Simons. Like you said earlier,
Yep.
that's the real only player that's like known because they're both playing G League teams for sure.
I
Like
agree.
these teams, they would definitely have multiple MVP candidates on their team if they played in the G League. These teams.
Yeah, bro. I agree. I mean, the Thunder shut down Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and Josh Giddey with like 2 weeks left in the season. Um, it's gonna be very interesting. I don't know what OKC is gonna do in the future. It's kind of makes my head hurt, but we'll see. I think they have a great future. But if they were
Yeah,
gonna tank this season, they should have been tanking the whole season, not just the last 2 weeks of the season. Um,
yeah, they could have been bad the last month, make it look more realistic.
hmm
Because come on, they were resting these dudes for no reason.
Dude, they were almost a playing team before they started tanking.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
They have good players.
hmm
Josh Giddey, Shy, Trey Mann,
Trey
Dort.
Man, ooh, Trey Man is good.
Yeah, and Dort. Like, and I would even say maybe even Darius Baisley.
Darius
Like, they're
Baisley.
they're good players. Um, they're all good players, but they still ended up 14th in the conference.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know, man. This team definitely needs to work on a lot.
I
Maybe
for
they
sure
should.
agree.
I think they should for sure start giving up some draft picks for like the far future. I know they have some in like 27 and 28.
Yep.
Like these little middle schoolers, I don't think are gonna change their future.
Hi,
You
bro.
know,
Yeah, no, these middle schoolers are they're
they're
scouting
focusing
middle
on their
schoolers right
algebra
now, man.
class right now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I agree with you. They're scouting middle schoolers that are in algebra class right now, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, man. I think so. I want to recap the play-in real quick before we have any topics before we end the show. So the Nets are the 7th seed now. They're gonna play Boston. I still got Boston winning that. How about you,
I still do have Boston as well.
Boston? So after the Hawks beat the Hornets are eliminated for the season. Christian Wood and the Hornets are gonna be something to look out for, in my opinion.
Yes, sir.
And the
Yes, sir.
Hawks and the Cavs are gonna play for the 8th seed to play against the Miami Heat. Either one of those teams are getting destroyed by the Miami Heat, in my opinion. So unless maybe the Hawks will put up a fight, but I think
Yeah,
either way the Miami Heat will win. And then we'll
yeah.
switch
But
to.
I do have. I think that maybe the Cavs could even pull out against the Hawks.
Really, I got the Hawks winning it.
I
I
definitely
think
have the Hawks as well, but I
yeah,
think the Cavs could do something.
yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if though it's gonna be like an even matchup. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, but that's all I have to say.
Yeah, and for the Western Conference Finals, Minnesota beat the Clippers, and they're now the 7th seed that will play Memphis. I don't know if I believe in Memphis. They're young. I want to believe in them. I really like this Memphis team, but I really wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota pulls this off. That would be kind of crazy if they pull it off. But I'm gonna go with my
Yeah,
gut. I'm gonna say Memphis wins in around 6 games. How about you?
I also I also have Memphis winning, but I would really like it for Minnesota.
Yeah, that'd be kind of crazy, man.
Right,
And then
right.
last night the Pelicans beat the Spurs. Dejounte Murray had a
Definitely.
stinker.
Yep.
Yeah, and now
Definitely did not think that game would go like that.
yeah, for sure. I thought it was gonna be competitive like the Clippers and T Wolves game.
Exactly. Exactly. But
And
the
uh,
Abe, no one did worse than the Hornets.
oh yeah, no, the Hornets they need to trade
A 30,
for a star,
30,
man.
almost 30. It was a 29-point loss.
Back to back seasons where they get blown out in the play-in. That is, man, I would be so sad, man.
Exactly. But they have another year. All their players are young.
For sure.
Um, except Christian Wood.
Their future Hornet right there,
Yeah,
Christian
right
Wood.
there.
And
And I
since
can't wait. I can't wait for Miles Bridges on the
bro,
Rockets. Hey, it's okay,
imagine.
Miles Bridges. You apologize to that 16-year-old girl.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that.
Good. Yeah, we good, man. We don't hate you or nothing like that. You still a good guy.
Still a good guy, man. We'll
Come on
always,
down over here.
bro. Jalen Green and Miles Bridges lobs would be, whoo, that'd be exciting, man. And since New Orleans beat the Spurs, San Antonio's officially eliminated from the playoffs. So I mean, their offseason, San Antonio really never signs superstars, so they're probably gonna have a quiet offseason. And now it's gonna be
You know what I've heard?
what you heard, bro.
I've heard I've heard that this might be Greg Popovich's last season.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh man.
because now he's the most winningest coach. They said he has the most games won.
Yeah. Go
So
coach, man. Go coach.
yeah, this their future is kind of weird for sure. I
Yeah.
don't know where their direction should be
I
to
think they
go for
should.
new guys
Yeah.
or rebuild.
DeJounte Murray is I think 25, so he's kind of getting up there in age. So if they want to build around him, get some. I think they need to sign free agents. And I mean, I heard Jalen Green also wants to work out with DeJounte Murray and Kyrie
Yeah,
Irving.
they're real good friends.
Yeah. So if Jalen Green can work out with Kyrie Irving, man, oh my God, this is gonna be exciting next season.
He's gonna come back with some new moves, man.
For some new hands, fresh, smooth handles. He definitely needs to work on
Yeah,
his handles for sure. His handles were kind of iffy now and then, but
yeah.
he'll work on that.
I would really love Kevin Porter to work with Kyrie
Oh,
on
for
his
sure.
handles. I know Kevin Porter. He's been able to do things like that. He's crossed up guys before.
Yeah.
Um, we've seen. I think the last 1 or 2 games, he did cross someone up.
Yup.
Um, and hit. He always hits the shot. Thank God. Because
Thank
if
God,
it's
man.
just a cross up, then it's a little awkward if you don't make a shot.
Yeah, for sure, I agree, man. And um, I heard I want Sengun to work out with Jokic, man. If Sengun could work out with Jokic,
Yeah,
that'd be so good for his development.
and as well as Hakeem. I'd really love for him to work with Hakeem as well.
Hakeem, yeah, I'd love that too, man. So Pelicans versus Spurs. Whoever wins that game will go to the AC to play against Phoenix. That's gonna be a slap. Either way, those teams are gonna get destroyed by Phoenix, in my opinion. It's gonna be
Yeah.
a quick 4 game sweep. I got honestly with I got the Clippers, but I'm not sure anymore after seeing how well CJ McCollum and Ingram played. I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna say the Pelicans win this game.
Yes, me as well. I got Pelicans as well.
Yeah, man. And do you have anything to add on for the
Nah, that's all I gotta say.
All right, man. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 3 of H Town Talks. We'll upload a new episode about the Astros soon. Hopefully, we haven't had much topics to discuss about the Astros, but yeah, man. I hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if y'all enjoyed, and leave a like and leave comments down below for any
And
feedback.
follow our socials.
Follow that social, man. Never
Yes,
forget it.
sir.
All right, man. We'll see y'all later on the next one. Peace out.
Peace.